I haven't seen you since the plague.
Yahoo! Confluence of stink. The Caleb story. I mean, that's fatherhood, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's being a daddy host. Yeah. I mean, speaking of video game movies that we thought would never happen, I'm plowing through the Mass Effect Legendary Edition collection.
It's good.
I
haven't had the time to dedicate, so I've only gotten to the Citadel the first time in Mass Effect Uno. So I played for 3 hours.
So you
my
barely...
grandma and uncle are both through the first one, and I'm like, oh great.
Yeah, I also just finished the first one. I just rolled into Mass Effect 2 today. Mass Effect 2, of course, being my favorite video game of all time.
Oh, the opening! So the opening of the first one is still entrancing.
The opening of the first one
moves quick. I was like, oh.
The opening of the first one is good in that, pretty standard sci-fi fantasy RPG plot.
Welcome to the sci-fi plot. Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the sci-fi plot hook. They have to do a lot of track laying because they're introducing a whole new sci-fi universe with unique species, and they're like, oh, this species is all female. It can mate with any race. This species is a jellyfish. Who worship this dead civilization as gods.
This species has no vocal and tonal inflection and has to state its emotional intention every time it speaks. Right, it's full of
several different species that cannot adapt to other climates and thus have to live inside acclimatized bodysuits. And they're two different species. There's some track that has to get laid, and I think Mass Effect 1 is good. There's
big bold question mark.
The high points are very good. When it hits, it hits. There's just, if you want to do any amount of side quest completion, you learn to hate the little buggy, the moon buggy, the Mako, with every fiber of my being. I despise it. They've improved it a little bit. In the same way that they've improved combat, a good amount. It's no longer just a complete shit show like it was in the original Mass Effect 1. Yeah, the worst kind. It's actually pretty good. I don't wince every time bad guys show up. I'm like, fuck.
I'm not damn it, I don't like this part of the game.
I don't want to shoot in this game about shooting. But Mass Effect 2, just the opening of you pull it up. You take your guy from the first game. You put him in the second game. He looks the same. He has the same past. They give you a little scene with your romantic partner from the first game, where they're even wearing the same outfits you had them in at the end of the last game. Really, we have carried it over and we have polished it off. And then they fucking kill you.
It's so good.
And then you die, and then the title shows up.
And you're like, hold on, what the fuck? I remember playing that for the first time in my college dorm room and just sitting there what?
Yeah, I played that on winter break for my freshman year of college for the first time. And, I had just gotten, a car ticket, so I couldn't spend any money for, a month. And so I just, I got, a crate of bottled green tea and, peanut butter pretzels, and I just, played 1 and 2 back to back and just, lived in that world.
Yeah.
For 4 straight days, and then 20 days later, I did it again right before going back to school.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was an incredible winter break. I'll never forget it. And just rolling into Mass Effect 2 it feels like fucking butter. It's so good and crisp and efficient. All that universe ground laying is done, so you don't have to get bogged down in mythology anymore. You can just go and meet.
Oh, it just rips your fucking guts out. I
literally
to this day, I
on a table they rip your guts out.
Yeah. To this day, I can't think of a game that starts with the same holy shit. Assassin's Creed 3 kind of tried, because the first 3 hours you play, you're actually playing as a Templar. And when that reveal happens, you're like, oh shit. But
Yeah, just a
The
true
beginning of
holy
Mass
shit.
Effect. The beginning of Mass Effect was such a fun, and the fact that it doesn't immediately do like a 3 months earlier, and that's the game you're playing. No,
Right, which
it's
is
like
what the
this is
other
right
holy
after
shit.
the last game ended,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
visibly right after the last game ended. They're still in the same clothes, and now they're dead, and you're like,
Whoa.
well, how the fuck do we go from here? And the way that plays into your like shaky alliance with Cerberus, who are like, I mean, we brought you back to life, so you should like kind of do what we say. And you're like, but you guys are racist as
You guys are
you
space
guys,
racists.
you're space racists. I hate this.
I hate this, but also, like, your lieutenant you've assigned to me, she's very mean to me, and I like that a lot.
I wanted to step on me, and I don't get it.
She's so mean to me.
It's
great.
so great.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I'm in the very early goings of that game. That's a game that I can like. I'll in the afternoon at work from home if I don't have a lot going on. You just like, oh, pop on Mass Effect. These are games I'm super familiar with. So like, if I have to take a call during a cutscene, that's fine. Like I know what happens. I'm not gonna lose any important information that way.
Right. I caught myself skipping through a lot of cutscenes in the beginning of the first game. I was like, I remember all this. I've done all this.
I know what's going on.
Get on with the action, please.
Leave me alone. Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it works like fucking butter. They put you with, like, my favorite cast of characters. It's a whole game about putting a team together, which is incredible.
It's the best, dude. It's the best.
More video games should be about putting a team together. Saints Row 4, you're putting a team together. XCOM, you're putting a team together. You know, I love a game whose identity is you're putting a team together.
It's very good.
And they give you, like, they use it so well in, like, they use the medium of video games so uniquely that, like, you get an introductory mission for every character. So you get, like, an incredible lead-up introduction to each of these characters. And then you get to do a great, like, let's dive more deeply mission with each
loyalty
of these
missions are the highlight of my gaming experience.
Yeah.
I remember going through those and being like, it doesn't get better to this, does it? And the last 10 years have proved, no, it doesn't.
No, it don't. Because
Andromeda had some loyalty missions that I liked, but none of them were on the level of this game.
No, I mean, Mass Effect 2 is just a perfect little synthesis. I think it's great. I actually played the previous gen version of it earlier in quarantine because I was like, fuck it, it's month 4.
Might as well do something I like.
Busting out Mass Effect 2. And then, like, they announced the Legendary Edition, and I was like, well, shit, doing this again. Probably going to roll right into Andromeda, which is, like, obviously a flawed game, but a game I really appreciate. I
really enjoyed that game. Like, yeah, it was flawed, and so this is a question I have that's actually going to lead into what I wanted to talk to after this real quick. But like things that are obviously the first in something. I have a hard time complaining for the same reasons I find everyone else complaining for. So like Mass Effect Andromeda was like, well, what happened to this? It never had what happened? What? And like, it almost makes me feel like people forgot that companies used to make things with plans to make sequels, because so many big franchises are either so deeply sequel serialized, we'll say, that like story through lines don't matter anymore because it's a completely different set of characters every time. Or games that do have plans to do more fail because people are like, well, no, there was a bunch of loose ends. And it's like, yo, when Mass Effect 1 ended, like, you're like, what the fuck? What do we do now?
What's going on? What happens with the Reapers? Like, what?
And like, I felt very much the same about Andromeda. Like, the Ket weren't dealt with. And like, obviously. And like, if you do a couple of missions, you can get like the Archon's boss to like turn on him, which is fucking dope. And I couldn't wait to see how that played out in the next one. And that like the Quarian ship didn't make it, but then you get the transmission that it does, and you're like, oh shit. And everyone was like, well, they didn't solve any of those things, so it sucks. And I was like, but it feels like Mass Effect 1. So my question, because I just went on a rant, my question is, Do you feel the same way about like initial offerings in things that plan to be franchises, trilogies, and tend to have a sequel? Or do you think things should be entirely self-contained because you never know if you're going to get a chance to do the second one?
I will always opt for you should focus on making the first one good and satisfying unto itself, even if you leave dangling threads that you want to pay off later.
Sure.
The first one should be good and have a satisfying conclusion, even if it's open-ended. Sure. Because that is how you get Iron Man 1. Is like, well, they didn't plan to make this 15 movies. Obviously they would love that, but like they focused on making the first movie really good, and then they made a bunch of movies, you know, even like the Lord of the Rings, which is about as serialized as a movie franchise gets. Fellowship is still like a whole piece. Like there is still a set of character arcs in that movie that finish and conclude, that then spring off into deeper explorations of the same idea in the sequels. Where obviously, like, no, we didn't wrap up the One Ring in Lord of the Rings 1, but also those movies are the exception because they shot them all right in a row with the intention of making 3.
Yeah, they just kept the crew there for 4 years or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone lived there, and it was their entire lives for 4 years, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is like a pretty good gig if you can get it.
You know,
like
dope job.
You know,
what? I get to live on a movie set that they had to move me out here to do, so they paid for it all. This is fine. Oh, and I'm getting paid. Oh, and I'm acting. Oh, and there's breaks. Yes, it's great.
4 years of consistent work in film.
Also super true.
Yeah.
4 years of work I don't have to ask or apply for. It's just all right.
I don't have to worry about where the next check is coming from. You know? It's like that guy that directed like over 200 episodes of Cheers. I'm like, yeah, if you got that gig,
homie, yeah, that's like 10 years of you don't do
11 seasons of Cheers. It's absolutely incredible. But I think you in film have witnessed so many occasions where they forget to make the first one satisfying, and people don't leave on that high. They don't then spread it via word of mouth, like, you've got to check out this movie. Because with almost zero exceptions, I can't think of successful franchises that started with the open-ended first entry that didn't wrap things up. In movies, at least. Video games, I think there are some exceptions. But even then, most great video game franchises start with a completely self-contained first entity.
I guess Mass Effect was just in a different place because it was BioWare, and they had the like legs to be like, oh, we're making a second one.
Yeah, they had the goodwill.
We made
of,
all
like,
of these other games everyone loves, so like
the Baldur's Gateses, the Knights of the Old Republic, like those are big, successful Dragon Age. Yeah, so you made big, successful, beloved games, so people will like gamble on this weird first game. But even then, like, I think reception to Mass Effect 1 was tepid, and I think reception to Mass Effect 2 was like explosive. I think it was like it was a nuke going off, you know, in like they're like, this game has like a story. You make
what
like,
do we do with this?
There are characters in this. What the fuck? Like, but like with movies, like if you think about the really strong franchises that have gone a long time, that show no signs of stopping, or even ones that are like more occasional, all of them start with a great first self-contained entry. Because you've got fucking Irons Man, you got Mission Impossible 1, which like is just like a completely self-contained like spy movie. You have Fast and Furious 1, which is just like Point Break if cars, you know. And that movie does not like leave a back door for like a sequel at the end. John Wick, I haven't seen it. I assume it's pretty self-contained. The first John Wick, it's like a guy goes and kills guys, and then it's in the sequels where they're like, what if there was like a mythology?
Yeah, the first one's pretty chill. The second one ends, and the second one's like, no, we're just gonna keep making these until you stop coming to them. Because the second one ends and it's very obviously like, oh, okay. And
I mean, that happens a lot.
The third one picks up
with...
like Mass Effect 2, like seconds after the last movie ended.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh shit, we're just gonna, okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
So the reason I wanted to
one... Sorry,
yep.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was gonna slightly change track. We just talked about the Alien movies on my other podcast, one of my other podcasts, and like
good flicks, even the bad ones. You're good. Like, even this is pretty interesting.
Like I like the third Alien movie. It's not great.
I love the third Alien movie.
It's not great, but it's great because it's not great.
Absolutely, so, but you're like, I would rather watch an interesting failure than a safe, mild success. I would rather you do something fucking weird like Alien 3 than just give me, like, lukewarm microwave dinner. I'm like, yeah, this is fine, I guess.
Right, exactly. Have you seen Army of the Dead yet?
I did.
What did you think?
You know? Okay. First note, little long, Zach.
Little bit.
Zombie movies should be under 2. But, you know, it was kind of interesting. I was never bored. There was some interesting stuff going on. I didn't love all of it, but I was like, I put some fucking color in it. For the love of God. Like,
yeah, the cast is super diverse.
The cast is super diverse and fucking stacked. And I'm like, okay, these are, like, pretty interesting performances by a weird, eclectic cast. Like, you everywhere, you know, like, underusing Hiroyuki Sanada, which is everyone's favorite thing to do nowadays. But, like, Batista, Garrett Dillahunt. I loved the...
Thea Schoenartz.
Yeah, I loved the German safecracker guy. I loved the black guy who becomes friends with him. I love the, like, French coyote who, like, smuggles people in and out of Vegas. Very good. So, like, will I be watching, you know, Army of the Dead again? Will I watch, like, its many planned spin-offs? Maybe. Did I have a good, fun time with Army of the Dead 1? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I had some beers, and we kind of talked over it, and I had a great time.
That movie also sets up a lot. It sets up a lot of stuff. I don't want to spoil it because it's only been out like a week, but like there are a lot of things happening in that movie that are not even addressed.
Yeah, like perhaps people have seen, like, are these robots? Are there zombies?
There are robo-faced zombies, yes. Including like a scene, if you pause it, where you can see a metal face. And you're like, the fuck?
Tig Notaro was great. I can't believe I didn't bring that up. She was fucking incredible.
And she didn't meet any of the cast.
Right, she was
because
shot
she was
in, like, a
added
green
later
screen box.
because of a Grossi being removed. The beginning of the movie opens with like a huge, not tease, but like Easter egg, kind of, that's super narratively important.
The military thing?
Yes, that I missed.
Or the roadhead. Or the instance of roadhead.
Before that. When they're leaving Area 51, this is the beginning of the movie, so like that just doesn't feel like a spoiler. When they're leaving Area 51, there's 2 lights floating over the base. And then as soon as the things move, those lights zip into the sky.
Huh. So like an alien type deal. That would make sense with Area 51, I suppose.
Yeah. And all of the weird blue shit happening throughout the rest of the fucking movie.
Yeah, I didn't really...
Never talked about.
When I was watching it, I didn't really pick up on the robot thing. I was just like, all right, zombies got weird blood. But then people showed, like, screenshots, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not, but like most, I'm sorry, I am this guy. I'm like, well, until you tell me what it is, I'm not that interested in it. Does that make sense? Like, until it's, like, addressed and, like, important to, like, a story or the characters involved even more so, you know, okay. That's cool. You did that thing. What are you gonna do with it? What are you,
like, where does this end up?
Anyone can say what if, but I'm like, okay, enough what if, like, what is? like what's going on? But that was interesting. You know, mild spoilers for Army of the Dead. Hit that skip button for a few times if you don't want it. But, like, God, that scene where they're like, the president has moved up the nuclear bomb blast by 24 hours. And I was like, why would the president do that? The president said it would be bitchin'. Wouldn't it be sick as hell if I did that? Oh, dip. That would be bomb-ass
The initial broadcast, which has Sean fucking Spicer in it, is like...
disgusting.
He wanted to do it on 4th of July because it's patriotic and shit. And you're like, oh, gross. And so the later it's moved up by a day is like, because people got mad that he wanted to do it on 4th of July, which, like, let me tell you, no one would care. No one would care. But also, you don't do that when there's refugees. Also, why is the refugee camp butted up against the fucking wall that holds back the nasties? Like, that's dumb. Make it further away, please.
Aren't they gonna get blown up? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was very funny when they're, like, flying the helicopter away with, like, 6 seconds to go, and I'm like, guys, you're not gonna make it.
This isn't gonna work, one.
Guys,
2, he moves it forward a day so that they only have, like, a 90-minute window to go, and they expected they'd be able to do that and move all the refugees that are around it far enough away in 90 minutes? That doesn't...
Nah,
it's okay. Sometimes things happen for plot reasons.
Anyway, it's a stupid movie, but I had a fun time. Opening credits scene was great in traditional Zack Snyder style. He should get to the opening credits and then stop.
No, Kev, he should start making music videos.
Like, yeah, I'm
His
sure
opening credits with
right?
music are just music videos, and they're good.
Yeah, he could make some sick-ass music videos.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have enough time to get too far up his own ass like he does in his superhero movies.
Because I really don't think, like, anybody's doing... Besides, like, the Mission Impossible movies, nobody does opening credits better than Zack. But then he should just, like, stop. Like, he should get to that point in the movie, and he should be like, all right, somebody else, take this ball. Take the ball. Yeah. Run. He should lateral the movie to somebody else.
I would watch a James Bond movie with a Zack Snyder directed opening credits.
Yeah, just like the first, cold opening credits, and then, whatever, Sam Mendes, like, takes it and runs with it, whatever the fuck. Martin Campbell comes back and he runs that ball. I'm like, whatever, sure. But, yeah, anyway. End of spoilers for Army of the Dead.
You want to talk about Community?
Sure, I guess so. Because this is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we watch and talk about the American television comedy show Community, 1 or 2 episodes at a time. We are also the premier podcast of the Yahoo Screen Podcasting Network. Real delay if I get back on that. You held that yodel for a good long time. You couldn't hear it, listener, because of Skype, but it was a whisper tone, like Mariah Carey has.
Oh wow, don't tell people I can do that, please.
I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I do not like this side of you, and I do not like that side of VCR technology. I am glad it is a dead medium.
And I'm the daddy host, the hostess with the mostest kids, and I don't have a quote for this episode.
That's okay.
That's it.
That's okay.
I was trying to think of one, and I do not remember. It's one of those things where, like, okay, let me be fully transparent with everybody listening to this podcast. For the last 2 weeks, I have watched one or both of my kids, and when it has been one, it has been the 5-month-old. So my brain, while not, like, encumbered in any way, is just, I watched through Ted Lasso. I caught up on Mythic Quest. I watched all of Band of Brothers on Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, my God.
I started the Pacific on Memorial Day weekend, and then 10 minutes in went, I can't do more of this. I've watched a lot of shows and movies. I watched Tenet. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean because my brain was like, that was a fun movie, wasn't it?
Pirates of the Caribbean 1, great self-contained first entry.
It's very true.
That first one still rules. I watched it probably during quarantine at some point. I can't remember at this point. Yeah. I was like, holds up. Still good.
It's still good. So yeah, my brain is but I did remember a quote. I looked them up. I looked up the notable quotes from this episode. And I should have said that don't step to me. I like coffee and water. Don't step to me. Because that's very true. I drink sparkling water and coffee. That's it. Because I'm a dad.
No, I understand. You drink black coffee. It's the John Mulaney joke about pulling through McDonald's. Everyone, if you're listening to this, You know what I'm talking about. Just fill in the gap of that joke yourself.
You understand.
You know, you've watched John Mulaney. Like, I am quote unquote in the comedy community, but I'll be a basic edge bitch and be like, yeah, John Mulaney's my favorite comedian. Then Bo Burnham. Then Mike Birbiglia. I'm sorry, I don't have niche taste in stand up. There's very few people I can watch do stand up for an hour, and it's those three. It's
the most niche taste I think I've ever had in comedy is not niche, but like of the people I know who watch or like comedy, none of them knew or watched Maria Bamford. I love Maria Bamford.
Oh, she's great.
Her permutation through the layers of my friends is like skin deep. Just nobody I know but my uncle and like my grandma enjoy her. Not enjoy, just know of her. But, you know.
Yeah. I've seen her on, like... I've never watched a full special, but I've seen her as part of other specials. I've seen her on, like, The Comedians of Comedy with, like, Patton Oswalt and a few other people. You know, I like them in, like, a... Yeah. I honestly think, my bold take about stand-up comedy, not everyone needs an hour. Maybe some of y'all should partner up, like the Blue Collar Comedy Tour,
yeah, sure.
And you're like, you each come out, you do a good 20, and then you leave before I'm tired of hearing about your mother-in-law or whatever.
Yeah, that's over. We're good. We're done with that.
We're done with that.
Imagine if comedy was filmed like TV, and some shows just need 23 minutes. Some shows need 45. And then some shows, when particularly good, could go for 90 minutes if they wanted to.
If they wanted to. I think less shoes should try. But some shows
and less shows do try.
Well, that's true. A lot of them try, but I'm like, honk shoe. No, thank you. I'm out.
No thanks.
No.
I remember thinking that I wanted Mandalorian to be 45-minute episodes, and then I was like, actually, no, I don't, because it's really good right now. And if it was twice as long, they have doubled the chance to make mistakes.
The tight nature of it that leaves you wanting more is part of what is good about it. Now, I haven't seen it,
true.
But I will testify to that bold-faced right now.
It's 100% true. That's just how that shit works.
I understand things conceptually enough that I can confidently say, if you had more, you wouldn't like it as much. It's the tantalization of only having so much is part of the appeal. And we've seen what happens when things are allowed to balloon, and it's rarely good. Sometimes it's good, but it's rarely good.
Sometimes it goes bad and then comes back, and you're like, oh, I kind of wrote this off. But if you just ignore the middle, it's kind of okay.
Good on you, Friday Night Lights. You know, if you, if you kind of just dip around that second season, if it's your first time, you got to kind of make it through. But it's great stuff on the other side. You just got to kind of whoop and you move on through.
We're moving on.
Got to kind of move. I always respected something that Michael Schur said about his decision to take The Good Place back to NBC, because after Parks and Rec, he could have gotten a show made basically anywhere. He could have had a big HBO show where The Good Place probably would have succeeded. Probably would have been a great show on HBO. He could have gone to Netflix and just let those runtimes fucking sag. But he was like, no, taking it to NBC, having the tight 21 and a half minutes is good. It makes us cut. It makes us make hard decisions. What is actually important, and I respect that a lot, because there are several filmmakers I love that make long movies exclusively. Martin Scorsese, I'm looking at you, but most could stand to like cut it down. The only reason that Marty can make long movies is because he's making like epics. Like if he makes a 2.5 hour movie, it's because he's telling you the story of like an entire life.
Right.
But most 2.5 hour movies are like, what if zombies? What if Captain America fought this dude? And I'm like, I would like both of these if you cut like maybe 30 minutes. If we tightened this, it would be exquisite.
What if you just chilled on that one thing? What if we cut out Jeff's scene? What if we cut out Jeff's scene where he's being tortured? What if we just got rid of that so it meets the time requirement to be good?
That's a great call forward to an episode we won't talk about for some time.
No, yeah, we won't get into it for a little bit, but it's just made me think.
Really just tighten it up. Yeah,
what
absolutely.
could you dump and afford to?
Absolutely. That's my goal for
you in the entire Harvey Dent storyline in Dark Knight.
You know, people will hotly debate it. People will hotly debate the Harvey Dent.
Here's the thing. I want it to be removed, but when I think about it too long, I understand it can't be, and it bugs me. It's really frustrating.
It can't be. It just because
it doesn't quite fit.
It absolutely doesn't quite fit, but also if you took it out, something would be missing.
Yep.
You know? And maybe like it just needs like an edit or something. Like maybe there's a different way.
Is it just the rap? Is it just the rap at the end? Is it that part we didn't need? We could have gotten that in the next movie. Like they could have set up Harvey and then made Harvey the villain in the third one.
I think it has a problem that a lot of action movies have, where you reach the obvious climax of the movie, and you've reached the like this is where the movie should end. And then you move your mouse on the computer and somehow there's 30 minutes left. And you're like, what the fuck could possibly happen in the next 30 minutes?
What do I do with this?
What is going on here? Because like when the Joker's hanging upside down, you're like, all right, movie's over. You know, everybody start collecting your coats because we're going to walk out the door. And then you're like, wait, the movie's not over?
I guess not. Yeah.
Wait, the movie's not over? What are you talking about? Of course the movie's over.
Of course this is where it ends.
The two boats.
Oh, no, wait. We've got a whole 30-minute... This is... Okay.
Okay.
But then the movie ends after that, and you're like, that's a good ending. It's really frustrating.
It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. Because honestly, I think like what you could cut out of The Dark Knight is like Batman goes to China. I'm like, we don't need this.
That's a really good point. This completely unnecessary.
This could come out. I don't care what happens to Lao. I don't. Like
nobody cares.
This could come out. But like I think the parallel, we're debating a movie from fucking 2008, but like the parallel narratives of like Harvey, Joker, Batman, and the different ways they react to a society with laws and the theory of a society without laws.
It's so smart. It's so good.
They're just like beautifully intertwined, and like the three of them, you know, on the roof of GCPD, like cameras spinning around, fighting over what to do next. I'm climaxing. Like it's incredible. But it is also, it's this one thing. It just doesn't quite land exactly as it should. But it also can't take it out. I don't know.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I want to make that movie shorter, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
And every time I get to the Harvey scene, I go, oh yeah, this is in this movie. Why? And then when it ends, I go, oh, that's why. It's fucking good.
You're like, oh man, like Joker's done, like feels like the movie's over, and then you watch the Harvey scene and you're like, well, shit, like, yeah, no, we did need this.
It's so frustrating.
And somehow both of those
movies, I think, as a whole, to me,
absolutely.
Maybe not all of them, but most of them. I'm like, did I need this? And when it ends, I go, fuck, I kind of did.
I did. Like when you get to the end of Tenet and you're like, what? Yeah. But it's
good.
But it's good. We haven't really talked about Tenet on the show. Tenet is good.
Tenet is good. I watched it a second time yesterday. It's fucking good.
Fucking good. Like the scene where Clemence Posey is like pushing a bullet backwards, like with her hand. I'm like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
How the fuck did they? Yeah.
What the fuck? Anyway, Tenet. It's on HBO Max. Check it out. It's worth it. I know that like
it's actually worth it.
The discourse was like insufferable, but like then you actually see Tenet and you're like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, that was the worst. That was the worst thing about it, is that like I was reading all these reviews because it was either like people who loved it and people were like, oh my god, this guy's so full of himself. And I was like, that was true. That was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for me, was watching a movie and just being like, oh cool, Tarantino really loves making movies and making sure you know it's his movie. I need to watch that movie again. Don't get me wrong. If you liked it,
I love it. It's a vibe I just love to like sink into.
Okay,
I could watch that movie
it again because I watched it in the theater and was just kind of like, the fuck. But like,
it's a summer vibes movie. Now's the time to rewatch it. Actually, it's
Okay,
like getting
yeah.
warm. I think that's the time to rewatch it. Anyway,
Okay, yeah. No, so I watched Tenet with this, like, going in with this, like, people being like, this movie makes no sense and it's stupid and I can't believe people let him make this and say that it's good. And I was like, oh, maybe he's crossed that line where he's made a movie that no one cares about or no one can care about because it's too weird. Because all of his movies are borderline too weird.
absolutely.
A lot of his movies are borderline like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
What an odd man. Just like this stately British man, but who makes movies about like insane time travel paradoxes.
Yeah, homie's brain is. I
What a
don't want to
weird
be in
guy.
it because it's gotta be fucking painful.
He wants you to know that he loves his kids so much. He loves his children and his wife so much. Like,
Yeah.
that is the theme of all of his movies. And it's just, but like, I don't know. He's not my favorite guy in the world. But like, and I missed Interstellar and I missed Dunkirk. Those are ones I need to like circle back around and finally see.
Oh, if you thought you got it about him loving his children and you haven't seen
wait until
Interstellar?
Interstellar. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
But it's like nobody does it like him. And
No.
you've seen since The Dark Knight, and especially since Inception, you've seen people try.
Seen people try. Yep.
And no
100%.
one can do it. It's kind of like Michael Bay, where you're like you're like, okay, Michael Bay, yeah, and then you watch someone try and do Michael Bay, and you're like, well, shit, no one does it like Michael Bay. Shit.
I think we're on
really-
the verge of getting another one with Denis Villeneuve, the guy that did, Sicario and Blade Runner
Arrival.
2049, and is now doing Dune. Like, he might be another one of those people that takes on big ideas that nails it. If Dune's okay, that's a hard ass fucking movie to nail.
Boy,
But, like,
I don't know. I like a 2-part Dune movie. That's tough. Like, if he can do that, he might be the greatest living filmmaker. Like, if he
Sure.
if he can do it. Like, I don't even, again, like, I didn't, like, I respect the hell out of Blade Runner 2049. I didn't really love it, and I don't like really love his thing, but I'm also like no one else is doing this right now. And I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up to Denny.
I went into fucking Tenet like, I'm probably not gonna like this. Because he can't keep being good about time travel. That shit's hard. You can't keep nailing it.
Time travel is really hard to write about.
And then I came out of that movie like, why did this all fucking make sense?
So frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
And there's like a spoiler I don't want to talk about because I legitimately think like it deserves to be seen. Like the spoilers in Tenet, like, no, you should experience them within context. But like, there's shit that like I thought I had it figured out, and then at the end I was like, I did not have this figured out.
Yeah. I got the unique privilege of watching it next to my buddy who's living with me right now, and having seen it already. Watched like turning to him as he was like, "Oh my god," and being like,
I know. That's the fucking
incredible
college dorm room experience, where like you have someone who like hasn't seen Fight Club and doesn't know the twist to Fight Club, and you're like,
right.
I don't even like. It's not one of my favorite movies, but like, I'm sorry, we do have to watch Fight Club because you do not know the twist of Fight Club. And like, right. I'm sorry, I have to be here while this happens.
I have to be sitting there and I'm going to be staring at you several times to throw you off. But one of those times will be because you're about to get something that's going to rock your fucking world.
It's like, I do have to watch you watch Fight Club. Like,
this just has to happen. I'm sorry.
It just has to happen. Yeah. I'm sorry. I love movies. I know that sometimes I can come here and be like, burp, 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 but I want everyone to know I love movies.
I've recently not come to any realization. I don't know why I was going to say it like that, but the last couple of weeks have afforded me like the time to spend more time watching movies, because most of the time I have like an hour at night before my friends get on Xbox, and I like to hang out with my friends more than I'd like to like watch 2 hours of a movie and then be tired and go to bed like an adult. So, but the last couple of weeks with the kids has been really cool because I can like start a movie and actually finish it during the day, and like I've remembered that like holy shit, I like movies a lot.
Oh my god, movies are cool.
They're cool. It's weird. I like them.
They're cool. You know, I'm like I'm in the middle of like a few really good TV shows, and I'm like, I love TV. I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
TV can give us Sopranos and MODOK and Hacks and Community, and great.
What a diverse medium.
What a great method of storytelling. Stories like Season 5, Episode 9.
We got started and then promptly got distracted.
Well, I'm sorry. We got welcome back to Talking Tenet. Season 5, Episode 9, VCR Maintenance and Educational Publishing. Directed by Tristram Shapiro. Written by Donald Diego. In this episode, unbeknownst to their guests, Annie and Abed have a competition to see who will be their new roommate by using a VCR board game called Pile of Bullets, where at the same time, the rest of the Save Greendale committee discovered some secret stashed textbooks, and it becomes like a Treasure of the Sierra Madre thing as they like eventually greed overcomes them and they envelop each other. What a weird episode.
What a dense episode. And not for reasons of like extreme story importance, just dense because everything going on is very deep and very strange.
There's a lot of like weird subtextual emotionality to this episode. Like, you know, obviously it has the Dean's peanut bar rap, which is a transcendent piece of television comedy.
Very good.
We love it. It's absolutely great. But then you get to these two other plot lines, which act as like another episode where Shirley is obviously going through some stuff and is not exercising those demons properly, and they are leaping out of her in strange ways. And unfortunately, this is the first time I've picked up on this. Maybe it's because it's the first time I've like sat down and watched season 5 like all the way through in a long time. But this feels like there was some thread here of like she is grappling with something and she's expounding it out in, you know, the elaborate games and social machinations that they're playing. Like she's making all of these distinct power grabs throughout this season.
Yeah.
But then after this, it's summarily dropped and does not come up again. And maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it felt like there is something here, and then it just they never tie that knot on at the end.
Well, I mean, I think it's not just this season, but like there are several times where Shirley like suddenly is in a position of power, and you're like, oh, interesting, how's this gonna go? And then like while it's happening, you're like, what? Oh, Shirley, what's going on, homie?
Shirley, you all right?
You good, dude? And then, yeah, a couple episodes later, she's back to being her perfectly amicable self, and you're like, oh, okay. Really thought you were okay. This episode, what was the one where I felt really weird about this guy? I put on Community for my dog whenever I leave the house, so that like he's not sitting in an empty house with nobody doing anything. It's weird, but I love it.
And so he develops taste.
Yes, that too. Frequently I come into Community in like weird spots where I'm like, oh yeah, this episode's good. But I remember seeing there's a couple of times where Shirley does things and you're like, that seems like, I get what they're going for, but that doesn't seem very Shirley. This episode for some reason feels very Shirley.
Yeah, I understand. This whole B plot ultimately feels a little half baked to me. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. No, it just kind of dumps out. It just kind of dumps out. Yeah, it just kind of stops happening.
Yeah, it's just kind of
it kind of. And it's honestly kind of like the A story. Like this episode kind of it tracks along with these stories, and then they just kind of end. Like it just obviously the study group has been in several points where like they're tying each other up or subjecting each other to psychological torture. Like this is not new for the Save Greendale Committee, but there's no fallout of ultimately like 4 members of the group being tied up for an indeterminate amount of time. It appears to be overnight. And there's no ultimate like ramification. There's no Shirley speech. It just kind of stops happening at a certain point. Like she goes to Paul Williams, writer of The Rainbow Connection, and he's like, the textbooks are nothing, which, you know, this feels like an homage to something, but I don't know what it feels. Because of the like flute musical sting they keep playing when there's like a revelation of greed within a character. I feel like I'm like, okay, I haven't seen The Treasure of Sierra Madre. Is it that? Is that it?
Is this from something that I should know?
Is there a Kurosawa movie I haven't seen that this is from? It just, that feels like a riff on something like this, but there's no... I mean, obviously the episode can't end with all 5 of them, like, dead, you know? Like, they've shot each other or whatever. But, like, it just doesn't... It just kind of stops. It just kind of doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it just kind of dumps. And like you said, the other storyline also kind of dumps with Abed and why did my brain just shut off?
Annie?
Thank you. I wanted to say Bree. And like,
you were close. There's 2 Brees in this.
Yeah. Oh, that's why my brain was like, it's not Bree, idiot. Yes,
yeah, Abed it is and it isn't.
Abed and Annie's attempt to hold a gladiatorial game between Annie's brother and Brie Larson, who's returned to see who lives in the apartment, which is
ultimately neither of them. But normally, if the conclusion is neither of them, there would be a third unexpected conclusion. But then there just isn't. You know what I mean?
Doesn't Britta start living there eventually?
In season 6, yeah, she moves in like between seasons, but for some reason they weren't ready to like they weren't ready to pull that gun here. But they like, I mean, it's fine. You can change your mind later, and that's perfectly okay. But it's just like, it's a weird conclusion to this episode, especially after you know where we're going from here.
Yeah.
This is an interesting period of being a Community fan, because this is the point where, like, I remember, because I was a devoted listener of Harmontown, Dan Harmon's, like, podcast live show thing, where, like, you would hear him discuss something that was interesting to him, like VCR games, like VHS board games.
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, a few months later, there's a Community episode about VCR board game. You know, there was this weird, like, bridge and tunnel to you secretly being like, oh, I remember when he became interested in that.
I knew that I know why he likes this.
I know what happened here, and there's a few occasions where that happens from that pipeline to Community. I'm of two minds about Harmontown, because it was an entertaining pod. It was also like a complete ego trip by a guy who does not need his ego tripped. Like, it's not like there's a moment where he reveals that he watched season 4, because people would ask him about it like all the time, and he like finally was like, so I watched season 4, and like he has this crowd of sycophants in front of him who are like they're losing they are like, if you show you know, and they're losing their mind in anticipation, and like he starts going off and he starts dunking and he starts slamming, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, obviously you were fired from your show and somebody else took it over, and you were perfectly within your rights to have opinions about that.
Sure.
Obviously. But, like, playing all of that to a crowd of your sycophantic devotees.
Playing that to a crowd of people who already fucking agree.
Who already agree with you?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not here to tell Dan Harmon what to do. Chris McKenna, if this is one of the episodes that you're listening to, I'm sorry about all those things I said about Spider-Man Far From Home. I didn't mean it. But like, a lot of your friends worked on these episodes, my man. So like,
yeah, it's like
chill.
the boyfriend that says, it's like Kylo Ren who says, "You're nothing, but not to me," and like wants to get in that abusive relationship.
When he does that. Oh my god!
I was like swooning in my seat, but still, that's bad.
I can swoon at a movie character while not finding their behavior particularly palatable.
I can watch a man be angry on screen and be like, huh, and then also understand like that's problematic.
You're still holding on. Let go.
But like, yeah, that's very much a dude being like, you're only good when I'm there, and ew, that sucks.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's weird. I mean, like, listen, Kylo Ren, great character, bad boyfriend.
Super bad.
Not a great boyfriend.
Great villain. Bad partner.
Not going to be there to support you. And they're like, well, they killed off Snoke. We need a bad guy and bring back Palpatine. I'm like, he's fucking right there. Kylo Ren.
Literally the centerpiece of your movie.
He's right here. He's the best character you have.
I literally want to describe him like John Oliver does on Last Week Tonight every time I talk about him. Step on me, you giant giraffe person.
Giant giraffe. God.
Break my elbows.
I've discussed the lust for Adam Driver too many times publicly. I need to, as someone who ideally, can be a filmmaker one day professionally, I should probably stop.
We can move along.
I should maybe chill. It's just like such a bizarre episode. It's the final Brie Larson episode. Play that song as we go on. We remember 3 episodes strong. Brie Larson. Bringing in Spencer Crittenden from the Harmontown podcast, the DM of Harmon Quest, on as Annie's brother. Weird episode. I love the VCR board game. It's my favorite part of the entire.
Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. And Vince Gilligan coming in,
creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and assumedly El Camino. I didn't check the credits on that.
I think I'm gonna do it right now. That's a good question. I don't know.
Have to imagine he has a screenplay credit on that.
I mean, you'd think, but sometimes people just. He'll have a credit for like characters by or some shit.
Yeah. And he has a writing.
He directed and wrote it.
Okay.
No other contributors.
He's got a fucking authorship on there. Because
he had a story he wanted to tell. That's all.
There's that guy who is the co-creator of Better Call Saul, wrote on all of Breaking Bad. I thought I would be like, okay, maybe he was like the spearhead on El Camino. I can't remember that guy's name. I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry. It's been such a long time.
Guy.
I'm sorry, guy. Better.
Hang on, I'll give you a tip. Don't look it up. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Well, maybe I won't because IMDb changed its farking website.
Disgusting.
True.
Amazing how they get worse and worse.
It's crowdsourced. How do you make it worse for the people that
use your fucking website? I don't know. They bought Box Office Mojo and they also ruined that website. So
I believe the initials are PG.
Peter Gould.
Yeah, you got it.
Found it. It was locked in there, but there's this much gin between me and the name of Peter Gould. And a few years out.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. And I'm a few years out from having watched anything he's made. When Breaking Bad ended, I was like watching it live. We like made, snacks and things like that. Someone made like blue meth, like ice Kool-Aid snack. It was cute. And then that show ended. I wasn't crazy about the last 2 episodes. And I was like, I feel kind of done. Like, I don't know when the next time I'll revisit Breaking Bad is.
I haven't actually watched it all the way through.
Oh, I mean, great show. Let me be the 1000th person to tell you.
I had no idea.
Really great 4.5 seasons. Iffy last half. But that's my controversial take.
Sure.
I think they get a little too. They drink Walter White's Kool-Aid a little much. I think they're a little too sympathetic to him at the end. I think they want a little too much redemption for him, and I just don't see that character as capable or worthy of redemption.
Redemptive? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but Better Call Saul, watched like a season and a half. I thought it was great, and then I just fell off. And one day I'll go back and I'll do it. I'll do the whole thing. Might as well just run the whole Breaking Bad verse.
Yeah, is Better Call Saul like? Is each season a mini series?
No,
is there also a mini series?
No, it's like a continuous series. I think they're in like the final season. They're like making the final season now, so maybe that'll be a great time for me to just like, blow through it. The guys that wrote the Sopranos book I'm reading also did a Breaking Bad one, and I'm like, well, maybe it's time. Maybe I need to like just redo the whole gamut. So that might be fun.
The crediting on IMDb is really strange. I'm just looking at. I looked up Peter Gould stuff, but it's like Better Call Saul, Los Pollos Hermanos employee training, 10 episodes, TV miniseries
of the Los Pollos Hermanos training video. Is
there like a show inside the show?
I assume that is. I'm not looking at IMDb right now. I assume that is there were like interstitials or like fake commercials or something like that, or they would air the quote-unquote Los Pollos Hermanos training video, and it's actually an ad for Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. But it was like a fun, cute, in-universe ad. You know what I mean? That's what I'm guessing that is. But Better Call Saul is a full-ass show with like 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah, okay. I clicked on one of them, like a smart person would have done before asking the question. And they're all little interstitials.
Yeah. So I thought they were like a couple minutes long, if that,
Okay. I was very confused. I was like, wait, is this show not 5 seasons, just 5 mini series?
What is this, Fargo? Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? No, what is this? Yeah, all right. That makes more sense.
Yeah, anyway, now that we finally sorted out Better Call Saul, everyone, we did it.
You're here for that?
Yeah, aren't you glad? I think this is a fun cameo. I think he's great. I think he's very funny as the host of the show with his like little twang, and the way he drops the twang when he changes his cowboy hat for like a train conductor hat, and he's like, "And now the railroad has come after all."
It's just it's
very funny
over now.
Yeah, this is like a weird like Tim and Eric sketch where he's just like yelling random crap like tornado. It's very funny. There's something about the way that this is shot, and maybe it's partially like the framing and that we're in the apartment without Troy, and partially that it's like Allison and Danny are like performing this at full tilt. Like these characters are super invested in what is happening, and then you have Spencer and Bree off to the side who are dejected and not interested in what is happening. There's something about this that feels so lonely. Like the way we were talking about with the episode where Hickey has Abed chained to the thing and he's doing like the kick puncher walk down the empty hallway. There's something about that is like so haunting and lonely and sad in a way that I like, because I'm a misanthrope. I'm like, I like when people are sad on TV, but it's
it speaks to my soul.
It speaks to my sad boy soul. I would like to point a stipulation. I like when people are sad, but they're doing stuff. I don't like all these shows about sad people that don't do anything.
Yeah, sure. Like you could make a show about me when I'm sad and doing nothing, but that show is fucking boring.
That show's boring, okay? And so like
when
all
I'm
your
sad, I'm trying to fix it and I'm not doing a good job. That's a good show because a lot of people can relate to that shit.
All your sad indie movies about like directionless grad students who don't know what to do with their life and so don't do anything, not interesting. Now you have a directionless grad student who goes to work at an amusement park with Kristen Stewart and Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig and Ryan Reynolds. Now you got a movie. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adventureland. It's an okay movie. I like it.
Wait, what's it called?
Adventureland.
Oh. I just heard Churland. That's all that came through. Thanks, Skype.
Churroland.
Sure, I was like, what? Hold on. I've never heard of that.
Delicious churro.
I remember hearing of Adventureland, but I definitely did not watch it.
It's cute. It's fine. If you're ever like, I don't know, I want something kind of easy, something. If you're like, I would like to watch a nice film where, like, nothing too exciting, characters you can vibe with. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're emotional, but it's like, nothing I can't handle. The Way Back, written and directed by Jim Rash. Like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, I can do this on a Saturday afternoon.
I don't really want to, like, go to a place when I'm watching a movie tonight. I kind of just want to, like, watch something nice. Adventureland, that'll do.
Yeah, this works. All right, check it out. I'll check it out.
Anyway, if it drops on Netflix at some point, again, because it shows up on there all the time. Worth a watch.
Periodically, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's one of those that you're like, again with this one? Again?
Yeah, wait, why did this come back?
Netflix, why do you have a direct line to, like, this movie? That it's, like, always here. and then like Netflix actually has, like, a good movie and you're like, oh, whoa. Oh my god. There's a good movie on Netflix. Shit.
What am I supposed to do with What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean you have, like, a good movie? Like,
I'm deeply confused.
What the fuck? Yeah, anyway, Netflix, it's fine. You have it.
Yeah.
Netflix,
If
what are you going to do? Not have it?
You do.
Yeah,
someone's given you their passcode, or you've stolen it.
Great website. I'm still trying to trick them into making a community movie. Even though I would prefer the community movie not be owned by one streaming service. I don't know, it seems like that's the way it's probably going to go. It seems like the chances of, like, a theatrically released community movie are pretty slim. But, like, maybe...
We can hope.
I mean, sure, I hold out hope. I hold out hope that, like, I can buy a Community of the Movie Blu-ray and put it next to, like, all of my other Community box sets,
I hope that I get a sequel to District 9. I know I'm never going to fucking get it, but I can hope.
And, like, I'm no one to judge, but if we got a sequel to District 9, like, next year, it'd be like, what do you mean you're making a District 9 now?
Yeah, why did you wait so long?
Like, you waited 13 years, which is, like, exactly the wrong amount of time. Because, like, you could have made a District 9 sequel in, like, 2010, or you could make a District 9 sequel in 2030. But you can't, not in this middle. It either needs to be, like...
Why? Why do you do this to me?
Why do you do this to me? Very strange that movie was almost a Halo movie.
Yeah, dude, Elysium. I watched that movie because I like it. I like Elysium, and I think Chappie's kind of impeachably a good movie. Unimpeachably good movie. I think Chappie's just good. What?
Nothing. I bite my tongue. No, go.
You didn't like it?
I don't care for anything else that guy has made.
Sure.
Beyond District 9. District 9, I'm like, good movie. And then Elysium, I was like...
Elysium is my Alien Resurrection.
Okay. Yeah.
It's delicious garbage.
I understand.
And the whole time I'm eating it, I know I'm going to feel bad later.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes when you're eating junk food, in the middle of eating junk food, you're like, why am I doing this? And for good parallel reasons with Elysium and the junk food, it's like when you're eating it, and then you realize the rich people speak French and the poor people speak Spanish, and you're like, ugh. And then you continue eating it, and you realize that the only white guy with the poor people is the one that's going to save them all, and you're like, ugh.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. You've listed all the reasons why I can't.
No.
Like,
I love that movie because it's beautiful, and I think that, like, the sci-fi of it's great. The storyline is like if you took two hams, stuck them to my fists, and let me punch you for an hour and a half uncontrollably.
Ham-fisted son bitch. Yeah, it's... Elysium is one of those movies where you're like, you created something that's pretty interesting, and you told, like, the most boring story inside of that setting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like being handed the keys to the Justice League and making it about Superman being a god.
For the listening audience at home, I'm squeezing the bridge of my nose so hard it's about to fucking
You're trying so hard to just...
Goosefraba.
Yeah. Imagine being given the license to an entire family of IP and telling the story everyone else wants to tell.
Serenity now. Imagine if you were Amazon Prime and your big idea was, what if Superman was a fucked up guy, and you made 2 different shows about that. Keep it locked down. Keep it in. Serenity now. Anyway, I don't have to watch those shows if I don't want to.
No, you don't.
I heard they're both pretty good, but I'm like, I don't know if I care about this.
Yeah. Again, sometimes you just let yourself eat food you're gonna hate yourself for letting yourself eat.
I understand. And hey, if you like The Boys, if you like Invincible, I am not here to tell you to not like those things. That's never. I'm only ever expressing my personal opinion, unless it's something I find morally reprehensible. But I'm like, there's nothing morally reprehensible
like
about
Elysium.
Oh yeah, no, that's fucked up. Like Earth is Mexico, and Matt Damon is the only white guy, and he's the hero of the movie. Fuck you, movie. I don't care about anything else you were bringing to the table. Get away from me. Yeah, did I want to see Matt Damon storm the Citadel from Mass Effect? I guess. I mean,
yeah, I want to see Matt Damon do a lot of things. I just want to see him in a story that's written by someone who understands what the word nuance means.
Yeah, when was the last time... I know I said I would stop bad-mouthing people, but when was the last time that we had someone... No, I could find something. I can find something recent.
There's something in there somewhere. Yeah,
he's gonna be in the new Steven Soderbergh movie, which is dropping on HBO Max in July, and that looks great.
About the guy whose daughter gets locked up?
I'm not sure what it's about, but I saw the cast and I saw the director, and I was like, "Say no more. Don't show me a trailer. I want to watch this no matter what. So don't show me a trailer because I'm going to see it anyway." Right? That's my thing. Sometimes the temptation is too great because you drop the trailer for Edgar Wright's new movie last night in Soho, and I'm like, I have to watch this. I know what I said, but I have to watch this.
Matt Damon's producing a movie called Apostle Paul that's starring Hugh Jackman. That's exciting.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Because Paul is if I remember my Bible correctly, Paul's a real son of a bitch.
It's about Paul denying God 3 times, I think, which is fun.
Not like Paul in jail. Because that's his whole thing. Is he was in jail and he wrote a bunch of letters. The New Testament is mostly Jesus for a while, right? And he's be good to each other.
You're right. He's not the one that did them.
Be good to each other. Rich people suck. Et cetera, et cetera. And then Paul writes a bunch of letters from jail where he's like, gay people suck. And I'm like, I don't know if I need Paul's whole deal here. I don't know if I require Paul. To give me funny. Any life lessons, especially no offense to Hugh Jackman, but no thank you. I love when I see a movie or a game or something and I'm like, oh, I can skip this. This is something I don't have to see. This is you're making an open world Indiana Jones video game? No thank you. Great, I can skip this one.
Yeah, cool.
That's a game I don't have to wish list.
Oh shit. The Steven Soderbergh movie is not the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
This looks great.
Don Cheadle, I think.
Brendan Fraser, John Hamm, David Harbour, Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, Ray Liotta.
Stop. I can only get so erect.
What the fuck? This cast is incredible.
Yeah, and I think it's just dropping on HBO Max on July 1st or something. Just something here you go. And I'm like, thanks, I guess. Anyway, sounds great.
Super down for that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that.
Thanks, I'm gonna find the trailer for this.
If I opened up his fucking IMDb, I could find something Matt Damon was in recently that I liked. I just can't. Everything.
Ford v Ferrari is very good.
I heard that's good. I missed that one.
Ford v Ferrari is very good. Thor Ragnarok is good. He's in
that. Doesn't count as a Matt Damon movie.
The Martian is good. The Martian is good.
The Martian was really good.
The Martian's extremely good. Movie. He's in Interstellar. You would know this if you'd seen it.
But I haven't. But The Martian came out after that, so that would be the most recent movie.
The Martian is what happens to his character from Interstellar.
Oh, sick. Cool.
And then Monuments Men, which was a movie about the World War II guys hunting the art that Hitler stole.
I heard
which
that
was okay.
I heard that wasn't like you want that one to be great, you know?
Oh,
that might be one.
But it still captured the Spielberg, Tom Hanks World War II vibe. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. It got close to capturing that vibe. It didn't nail it, but you could tell when they were close.
No, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Checks out.
Like it's almost that like.
Yeah, that might be one.
Crap.
There's a couple movies in my cinematic mind as a director that I'm like. There's a couple that I'm like. I'm gonna keep that one in the back of my head for like remake potential later on down the line.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that's one.
Someone else will make a movie about these same people. Yeah, exactly. That will be better. Exactly.
That I'm like, I don't think I'm the filmmaker to make this movie. But do you remember that movie, Let's Be Cops, where Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. dress up as cops for Halloween, but everyone thinks they're real cops, and like, the power goes to their head, but like way that they play it is like completely superfluous and goofy. And that movie came out in like the middle of the Ferguson riots.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, there is
bad timing. The film.
Like, it's like HBO Max dropping like a movie about the Israel peace accords like right now. I'm like, I can't timing. I can't. I'm sorry, but like, there's an interesting movie to be made out of the premise of Let's Be Cops.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm the filmmaker to make that film, but the magic sauce exists somewhere. And if I can produce it, if I can juice it, and I can get like the right, filmmaker and writer on, like, that sounds great. But anyway, that's my one big like.
You want to know what my movie is that I think is the same boat for you?
Please.
There's a movie about a world that is a mix of humans and fantastical creatures, where a guy on a police force has to deal with the ramifications of. And, like, it could be made by somebody other than fucking...
You want to remake Bright?
I don't want to remake Bright, Kevin. That's what I'm saying. It's not
You want to take the premise
of Bright. But someone could make this movie and I would care. But when I found out it was the guy who did Suicide Squad... What the fuck is that guy's name?
David Ayer.
Yeah, when I found out it was David Ayer, I was like,
and it's written by sex criminal Max Landis. You're like... Damn, like, no thank you.
I was like, I almost cared about this movie. Oh no. Damn, and I like Joel Edgerton and Will Smith.
Sure.
I like them.
Sure.
But like, I might watch it someday. But
no,
I avoided it because I was like,
okay, live your life. It's the same thing with like Jace last week in the Lion King remake. Like, live your life, watch whatever you want to watch.
You're not less of a person for not watching it.
You're not less of a person for watching it or not watching it.
Right.
But think of all the other things you could watch.
Yeah, you could watch Tenet again.
You could watch Tenet. You can watch it. It's on HBO Max. You can watch it as many times as you want, and they can't stop you.
You could watch Tenet with the express purpose of understanding it more this time and come out of it with no more understanding than the last time.
Because, like, you're watching it knowing what happens at the end, and you're like, okay, so let me look for clues. And then you're in the middle of Tenet, and you're like, shit, I forgot to look for clues.
I forgot to look for clues. This movie's too beautiful.
Fuck. I was just, like, wrapped up in what the fuck was going on here. This episode is mostly about Tenet. Watch it with subtitles.
Sorry, everybody. Yes, definitely watch it with subtitles. Go on.
Sorry, everyone. I got Tenet brain. My brain is going backwards and forwards at the same time. And I'm like beating my own brain.
We've turnstiled ourselves, and we are now traipsing back through the episode talking about everything we want to talk about Tenet about.
What a beautiful visual invocation of the idea. Like, there's, again, I've said it before, no one is better at that than Chris. No one is better at that.
No.
At let me take this complex idea and distill it down to a single image or line of dialogue. No one's better.
Or let me take this idea and distill it down to opposite, just like societally recognized color differences.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, it's great. It's great. Before we rank the episode, I will say I do like the little bow it ties on it with Abed going back after.
Oh, that's cute. We did forget
I
to
love
mention
that.
But
That's
the
like
little
the rest of the episode kind of dumps out nowhere, and you're like, cool. We just watched a bunch of stuff that is going to have no bearing on the future because nothing was solved by any of it. But then you get this little bit with Abed and the water on his head and the rainbow and it's adorable.
The guy falling down with Pavel. He comes back. Maybe the last appearance of Pavel. I haven't double checked that. But like that's cute and good. But also like it is cute, but it is weird because you're like that's the bow from this episode that you tied up.
Yeah,
the relationship with Brie Larson that we never see again. That's
okay.
That's what you tied up. I mean, it's good, but like
I hate it. I'm not mad, but
I'm not mad. But like, why that one?
Yeah, but why?
Because like Anthony just says like, obviously there's a lot of problems after Troy left. Also, it's not my fault what happened in our parents' divorce. Slam door. End of character. Like,
yeah.
Why?
Oh, that's okay.
That's a weird note to end on. But also, that's kind of one of the things we talked about the season, where you're like, this messy resolution, in retrospect, becomes interesting. Is that you're like, well, right, a sibling relationship might end on that note, and we might not see anything else of it.
Sure. Yeah.
Feels true.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm giving the show too much credit, but hey, whatever. It's
my
fucking podcast.
Have you listened to our podcast? That's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I give things weird amounts of credit. Never the right amount. Too much or too little. Never the right amount.
All right,
let's rank
end tagging.
Episodes and end tags. This end tag
fucking love it.
with
tag.
the fucking Pile of Bullets guy and his wife. They're like, this is the future. This is the new Star Wars. We always said we wanted to start doing cocaine. We'll start looking for it right now because we'll be able to afford it.
It's so funny and so dumb.
So good, so funny. A lot of good, like, this is set in the past humor was like, Apple computers? What's going to happen to that? What kind of company gives stock options?
Oh, it's great.
This is good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be weird again. This one might be top 10 for me.
Yeah.
Current number 10 is Pepper Water, and I gotta be honest, this one will outclass it.
Yeah, I think this one outclasses Hickey Hiding.
Which is also good, but yes, I must agree.
Very good. I don't think it passes. If it passes Batman Chat, which I will talk about, it does not pass Cartoon Tunnel.
No, it doesn't pass Cartoon Tunnel. Much as I love this end tag, it does not pass Cartoon Tunnel.
But Batman Chat, I will have a discussion about.
I'll have a discussion because that one's funny.
Yeah.
What if I woke up as a donut and I'd eat myself? I wouldn't be able to stop myself.
I wouldn't even think about it.
There's a gingerbread behind the wheel, and he's drunk. It's funny.
Okay, maybe this doesn't pass that. Is it the new number 9?
Oh.
Slow News Day. Sorry, the noise you made me think of that.
Slow News Day. You think you have a crap job? I'll lean into the nostalgia button. I think Batman Chat is going to take it.
All right.
At number 8. So new number 9. Pile of Bullets cocaine?
Pile of Bullets and cocaine.
Pile of Bullets and cocaine. Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
My cocaine.
Hello, my name's Mark Cocaine. Have you seen Mark Cocaine? Let's see. This episode's not going to rank super duper high for me.
No, that last moment is good, but it doesn't carry the episode.
There's good spots, but the episode is just, it's missing this extra special ingredient. It's missing some resolution. It's missing a certain number of things that I think leave us wanting, and not in an intentional way, like next week's episode, the second Dungeons and Dragons episode.
Right.
So, okay, let's look at number 71, analysis of quark-based networking from previously in this season, just a few episodes ago. It's close. I think it's going to be around here for me.
Wait, quark-based networking.
That's with the bulletin board. It's got all the cameos.
Oh, I was thinking
Brewster.
like popping corks.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, there's not a champagne party? Okay.
That one has the bear dance.
This is not as good as that one.
Yeah,
because
but I think
that one pulls out fucking Kumail Nanjiani and Nathan Fillion and the T-1000.
Yeah, and Paget. Robert Patrick, who had a season arc on Sopranos season 2, which I just finished, and I was like, hey, Robert Patrick.
Another place for you to pop up.
A gambling addict. Good for you. So is that over in this network, like Economics of Marine Biology? I don't like the A story of that episode, but the other storylines are physical education, and Jeff and Pierce go into the barbershop and getting a shave, which I actually did today, and I agree with Jeff. Why have I been shaving my own face? Like,
why have I been shaving my own face? Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Okay,
so hear me out.
Yeah. I
don't think it... Oh, wait, hold on. For some reason, I thought this would be helpful, and it's not. I don't think it's better than course listing unavailable.
The Starburns funeral.
Oh, wait. I thought the course listing unavailable was the video game episode.
No, that's digital estate planning.
Oh, you're right.
That one's way higher.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, I would guess for it.
Damn.
I don't know.
Because that's the Starburns funeral riot, which has like a great first half and then falls off in the second half, which we talked about. Yeah. Okay, because like
competitive wine tasting's pretty good.
Because competitive wine tasting has the plotline where Troy and Britta take an acting class, and the one where Abed takes a class on who's the boss.
Oh shit!
So I think that's also gonna eclipse. Wow.
I might put it above Pascal's Triangle Revisited.
The season 1 finale? Yes, I am going to give this
edge I would put it
to them.
Yeah, let's put it at 75.
You're number 75.
I like what we just did. Let's walk it down this area because we know it belongs here somewhere until we found the exact slot.
The vibe is right, but it's not. Yeah, we didn't find the exact spot, but then we get to like transphobia and Jeff and Annie kissing, and I'm like, okay, it's above that.
Whoops, found a place for it.
Oh, okay, great, we found it. Excellent.
Good to know that there's a bottom on this thing.
Good reference to the show that we talk about.
I try to do them eventually. I meant to say.
Sometimes we pull out like
I try to do them occasionally. Yes.
Sometimes we pull out like the deep pull, like the good pull, and I'm like, good for us, good job, everyone.
And then sometimes you're doing the intro of the episode and you can't pull from the episode you just fucking watched.
You can't pull like fucking anything out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Pluggables. Not much for me lately. I'm in like pre-production and mild production on. I'm starting to make short films again. Feels good. Starting to get out there. Use that camera. Use my friends. Daddy Host. We need to book that thing soon. Email me, brah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm bad.
No, it's okay. There's no rush. I needed to get a haircut for the production anyway, so do not worry about it. So there's that. You will be able to find most of those youtube.com /Kevin Lanigan, where you can find my previous short films and my play reading, and every time we played a community tabletop RPG video, like all that stuff is on there. So you can scope that out, check that out. I will say, public service announcement, Netflix, which you all have, just dropped a movie on there called Streets of Fire, which is a rock and roll biker musical with Rick Moranis as a sleazy record producer, Willem Dafoe as a leather daddy biker king, and Diane Lane singing a bunch of original songs by Jim Steinman, who also wrote all the music that you know by Meatloaf. Good, wild movie. It's on Netflix right now. Enjoy yourself. Crack open a cold one.
Incredible.
underseen, weird movie that I more people should watch it. So absolutely, Streets of Fire, now streaming on US Netflix. For the rest of the world, I don't know. Fend for yourself.
Figure it out.
You can rent it for $4, like whatever the fuck. Like you can find it. But I like to spotlight when weird things like that show up. And while you are doing your own pluggables, I will get our new averages for episodes and end times.
Yeah, sure. Pluggables for me is not much. The last couple of weeks have been very busy, and very Caleb not getting things done, but being a parent, which is not a bad thing to get done. Trust me. But I will say this is going to come out at the end of this week, or at the beginning of next week. Whenever this comes out, well, this will already have happened. But I will be streaming more going forward because, like, the in-laws are moved and things are going to settle back down to normal. So, like, I'm probably going to stream the Mass Effect games, and then I'm probably going to stream a bunch of tactical games. And if you want to come hang out with me, come hang out with me. You go to twitch.tv/nerdybitstv. It's really dope. It's fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to, like, interacting with people during the day and playing games again. That's a lot of fun for me. So pop in and say hello if you can. I'd love it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's okay. Great. That was just enough time for me to get this episode punched into.
Oh, I'll give you one more second. I'm meeting with people tomorrow to maybe start a video game studio in St. Louis. That's also a thing that is on the table and may be very cool, and I'll tell you more about that later. If you don't hear me talk about this later, it didn't happen. Then we'll just go with that.
And my long illustrious history of podcasts is a series of exactly that, where I talk about, and it didn't happen. And that's okay. That's you don't put all your irons in one fire, right? You keep several irons in different fires.
Throwing them into other people's hay bales, hoping that I can light a fire in somebody.
Something happens. Yeah, and eventually something do.
Eventually.
Yeah, anyway, for anyone who's keeping up with us, Season 5 has regained the top slot for end tags. Currently sitting top dog, healthy lead in front of Season 2. And then it dropped to the solid middle of the overall season rankings. But it's very close to Season 3. They're neck and neck, so we'll see.
Yeah, this episode hurt it a little bit.
This episode hurt it a good bit, and these short seasons, every episode counts. Like, it really, like, it all comes down to it, and there's 4 episodes left here, and they are interesting, and they are weird, and I cannot wait to discuss them. Speaking of which, we will be back next week with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. A fascinating little episode that we've been hyping up for a long time. But until then, I'm a peanut bar, and I'm here to say your checks will arrive on another day, another dime, another rhyme, another dollar, another stuffed shirt with another white collar. Criminals, Wall Street taking the pie, and all the black man gets is a plate of white lies.
It's so good.
The next part always trips me up, so I stop there. I did a Jason, stopped.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Barack Obama is scared of me. That's my favorite part. Hollering, Barack Obama is scared of me.
Incredible. This show's great.
Good show, Community. I like it.
Not a bad show. It doesn't, you know what? It's not terrible.
You know what? I think it's okay. I think after talking about it for over a calendar year, almost 5 full seasons, it's pretty okay. Would recommend. Soft recommend. You ever see those screenshots of, like, Steam reviews that was like, would not recommend, and then it has like 500 hours played?
I follow a Twitter account that's dedicated to, like, this game's broken and garbage and no one should play it, and it's like 700 hours played, average time played 1 hour and 45 minutes. You're like, what the fuck were you doing?
What's
playing this game that much?
Yeah, I always think those are so funny.
My personal favorite's when a game's not out yet and people are reviewing it, and you're like,
that drives me up a wall when I'm like
what are you doing?
When I'm on Letterboxd and I'm on the page for, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it has like 800 5-star reviews and it hasn't come out yet, and I'm like, guys, what's going on here?
What? Why?
What?
Please explain.
Why is this like this? And I love the
you
people.
read all the reviews, and it's like, I love Marvel so much. You're like, please shut up.
Marvel, don't miss. And it's like every time an episode comes out, they post a new review. Like they post that they watched it again, and it's another 5-star review. And I'm like, okay, guys.
Do we not understand how this works?
I guess I'm not here for the sanctity of the Letterboxd movie review site, but like some decorum, please.
Yeah, please act like you've been here.
That's our household's thing we say to the TV when someone in a movie says like a slur, and we're like, please, sir, some decorum.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Please, some decorum.
Some decorum, please.
Let's act like we've been here once.
Please, act like you've been somewhere. This has been a Talkback Podcast.
That was quite a show. Very entertaining.
Please tell your friends about this show.
Boopy doopy doop boop sex.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.